Hey everyone, welcome back to this video, and in this video I will show you how to implement this strafing movement. So first of all I will create the new project, so click on the new project. I will choose the third person template. Okay, so just give the name like strafe movement and click create projects. My project has been created, and before implementation I will explain what is the strafing movement. If I play the game and if I move our character, for example forward, right, left and backward, as you can see my character is moving and facing in all direction. Okay, and I don't want to do this in the strafe movement. Let me explain what is strafing movement and what is the difference between strafing movement and without strafing movement. And if I talk about the strafing movement means the character can move in any direction, for example forward, backward, right and left, while still facing the same direction, usually towards the camera, aim or enemy. Okay, the character does not rotate when moving sideways, instead they strafe sideways, which is common in shooting or combat games. And in the opposite, non-strafing movement makes the character always rotate to face the direction they are moving. And if the player moves, for example left, the character turns left. Okay, and if they move right, the character turns right. This is used in adventure style games while movement direction and character facing are always aligned. In short, strafing keeps your facing direction independent from movement direction, while non-strafing lies you facing direction on your movement direction. Okay, that is the difference between strafing and non-strafing movement. So now let's implement the strafing movement. So close the game, and before implementing the strafing movement I want to show this is my course which is on Udemy platform. And if you want to learn complete game mechanics like dodging, jumping, strafing, attacking and boss fight, you can check out my course and link in the description. So let's back to the work. So first I create a new folder, just give the name like strafe movement, and one more folder which hold on Control Shift and N, and just give the name animations. First we need to animations. I will provide all the strafing animations link in the description. Okay, so just right click and click on the import to current. So just go inside the strafe animations. As you can see there are the strafing animations, for example forward, backward, right and left. There are 4 animations, and other 4 animations like 45 degree, positive and negative, and a backward 135 and minus 35 degree. Okay, total 8 animations. Okay, so select all the animations and click open, and click on the use pipeline default, and make sure to select the skeleton of the SK mannequin, which is Unreal 5 skeleton. So don't select another skeleton. Okay, so click on the SK mannequin and click import. Now click save all and save selected, and if I open like a run forward, you can see this is my run forward animations. Okay, so first we need to enable the two things. Okay, the first one is the root motions and force root lock. Okay, without these the strafing movement will not work. Okay, so click save. Now let me explain first what is root motion and force root lock. Okay, root motion means the movement of the character is driven by the animation's root bone, not by Unreal Engine character movement component. Without root motion, movement is handled by UE code. Okay, means Unreal Engine code. With root motion, movement is driven by the animation itself. And what is force root lock? Force root lock locks the root bone horizontal movement in the animation, so it doesn't drift or slide in the place. Okay, it is used to keep the root bones stable, prevent unintended movement and ensure that root motion is clean and consistent. Okay, the next why we use enable root motion and force root lock on animations, because when we want the animations to control movements like combat actions, roll, special attacks or even strafing. Okay, and we need to precise motions that matching animations, no sliding, and we do not want Unreal Engine movement system to interfere. Okay, so that is the actual difference between root motion and force root lock. Okay, so click save and close, and select all the animations like this one, and just right click and go to the asset sections and click on the edit selection in property matrix and select all the animations and click on the root motions and enable root motions and force root lock. Okay, so click save and then close, and if I open for example run, FL means 45 degree, as you can see my root motion and force root lock already enabled. Okay, so click close, and now let's implement the strafing. Okay, so first we need to create a blend space. Okay, blend space basically Unreal Engine assets that lets you smoothly blend between animations based on variable like speed, direction, angle, etc. And we can use blend space 1D and blend space 2D. Okay, when I implement the strafing, we can use the blend space 2D, and but I will implement the strafing on the blend space 1D. Okay, not 2D. So just right click and go to the animations, and as you can see, this is a blend space. Actually this is a 2D blend space, and 2D blend space have two axis settings. The first one is the horizontal and the second one is the vertical. Okay, horizontal means represents the direction, vertical means the speed. Okay, but I will implement the blend space 1D instead of a blend space 2D. Okay, so go to the legacy and click on the blend space 1D and click on the SK mannequin. So just give the name BS means blend space, and just give the name strafe movement. Okay, so open up the blend space. As you can see, there are some settings. So click on the axis setting and click on the horizontal axis. Just give the name like direction. Okay, I want to show the picture how we can put all the animations on the strafing. Okay, so if I open the picture, as you can see, we have 8 directions. At the top you can see this is a 0 degree, and at the bottom you can see is a 180 degree. Okay, and this is a positive side and this is a negative side, and if I combine the whole circle we have 360 degree. Actually we have to divide 360 into two different angles. So just give the minimum and maximum axis. Minimum axis is 180 and maximum is 180. Okay, just give the grid divisions. We have 8 animations and I will give the value like 8, and make sure to enable the snap to grid. We can put all the animations and snap on this grid. Okay, and this is a grid. Okay, so now we have all the animations like forward, backward, right and left. Now let's drag and drop the forward animations on the 0 angle. Okay, as you can see, this is our forward animations. Now let's drag the animations on positive 45 degree like run FR. Okay, and if I hold down the control and move the mouse, as you can see, this is 45 degree. Now let's drag the right animations on 90 degree. Okay, as you can see, this is the 90 degree angle. Now let's drag the backward right, means 135 degree angle. Okay, as you can see, this is 135 degree directions. Now drag the backward animations like 180. Okay, now let's implement the left side like a forward left on the minus 45 degree. As you can see, this is the minus 45 degree. Now let's drag the minus 90. Now let's drag the minus 35 degree like BL run backward on the minus 180. Okay, the animation will be same on minus 180 and positive 180. Okay, and if I hold down the control and move the mouse on the animations, as you can see, my character is moving in all directions. Okay, so now save and close, and now go back to the character and go to the mannequin and go to the anims and go to the unarmed. Okay, and open the animation blueprint unarmed, and click on the anim graph and go to the locomotions and go to the walk and run. As you can see, already implement the blend space. Okay, we have created our own blend space, and just select and remove the blend space. Okay, and just delete the speed node because I don't need the speed, I need only direction. Okay, so just search strafe, BS strafe movement, and just drag and drop and just connect this node and just connect this direction to the direction. Okay, so let's compile and go to the event graph. As you can see, this is the logic for the anim graph. Okay, so if you want to learn what is happening in here, you can check out my course, link in the description. Okay, I explained each and everything in my course. Okay, so just check out my course. So first delete all the nodes and just search calculate directions and just connect this one and just connect this direction. Okay, so let's compile and then save, and now go back to the third person and go to the third person and go to the blueprint and blueprint third person class. Okay, if I play the game and if I run the character, but as you can see, my strafing doesn't implement on the character. Okay, so let's implement the settings. So just close the game and go to the character movement and just search rotation and uncheck the orient rotation to movement and check the use controller desired rotations. Okay, so just compile and then save. Now let's play the game. And if I move forward, as you can see my character is moving forward, and if I press the left and right, as you can see my character is moving perfectly, but it feeling little bit jerky. Okay, so let's fix these issues. So close the game and go to the ABP unarmed and go to the work cycle and double click on the strafe movement blend space. This is our blend space. So just scroll down and give the weight speed. Okay, so if you give more speed, then it will transition from one animation to another animation very slowly. And I will give the value like 5.5, and 5.5 is quite good value. Okay, so now go back to the BP third person and play the game. And if I move the right side, as you can see my character is moving perfectly, and if I move backward, as you can see my character is moving in all directions. Okay, and this is right and this is left, and this is minus 45, this is positive 45, this is 135, this is minus 35, and this is 180. Okay, and this is zero directions. My character facing is not rotating with the movement. Okay, so that's it in this video. I hope you understand all the concept which is related to the strafing. Make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. And if you want to learn more advanced techniques, how to implement the different mechanics in the game, so check out my course, link in the description.